and welcome to the Sega Lounge. This is the podcast that's all about Sega in all of its forms, the music, the games, the community, everything in between. And this is episode 262, I think. No, it is. I'm getting confused because I've been recording future shows. I've been recording out of order. But yeah, this is episode... I'll talk a little bit more about that in a later stage of this show. But... this is episode 262. My name's KC. I'm your host. And as per usual, in these types of shows, I'm not alone. I have my two buddies here with me. So from my right, my closest right, we have SkillJim, James Brown. Hello, James.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing?
Doing great. How about you?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you.
Thank you for joining us. I know you're...
Of course.
Amidst the move, so...
Sort of like in a limbo scenario at the moment. Like, if anyone's watching the video thingy, you'll be wondering, like, what's going on. Is, like you said, Casey, is Jim in a closet? No, but not far off, actually, a caravan.
You look good. Like, there's good lighting.
Thank you.
That's true.
You're looking sharp.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It must be a better setup than my home office. I'll just always have to stream from a caravan.
There we go.
Forth.
That's
it's all about
now.
good lighting, like that.
No, it's all about the caravan. Yeah, it's the lack of caravan that ruined the quality of your picture. I mean, you never had like poor quality, but you look really good now. Like
yeah, I don't know.
Really
I don't understand. Same camera, just a different environment.
Excellent. And we also have Lime Reversed. Hello. How's it going?
It's going good. It's going good.
And we have to start the show by telling everyone that you but recently beat Shenmue 3.
I did. I did indeed.
Wow.
We did some charity streams for Sega Pride, and I chose to do Shenmue 3 to raise money for this cause, and beat it. So now I've done Shenmue 1, 2, and 3. So what do I want to hear?
Let's get
Shenmue 4.
Obviously.
Yeah, I mean that's really not what I wanted to hear.
That's exactly what you wanted to hear, right?
No,
not something like uncancel anyone. No, that's not.
I wanted to hear Lime is hereby uncancelled. That is exactly what I wanted to hear.
To be fair, I would have uncancelled you, Lime. Now that you played all 3 Shenmues, I would say you're uncancelled.
Not enough.
Thank you.
Not enough, Casey.
Not enough for me. Not for me.
What is left? What do I need to do?
No, Shenmue 4. Shenmue 5.
4 doesn't exist. Are you saying that I cannot rid myself?
Yet.
I cannot rid myself of this.
Lime?
That's true. Have you played What's Shenmue?
I don't even know what that is.
Okay. See? Cancel Lime. Hashtag cancel Lime. Yes, canceled.
Wow.
Immediately.
I will never get uncancelled. I will never.
Just keep trying.
The game doesn't. It's not fair. The game doesn't exist.
Never give up. On that or a similar note, shout out to Shenmue Dojo, to Matt from Shenmue Dojo, who is around as well. How's it going? Yes, going well. Thank you for joining us, Matt. Hope you're doing well.
They're trying to cancel me.
No, Matt's of the same opinion. If you haven't played What's Shenmue, you can't be cancelled, obviously. Hope you're doing well, Matt.
You're just making up new things now. You never ever mentioned that before. And when I finish that, you're going, no, but you haven't played Crazy Taxi, and therefore...
Don't add more games to the list. Yeah.
SD, I swear. I thought you were on my side.
Started on an interesting note, but then he saw the light and said cancel Lime. Yes.
What did what happened during those seconds?
You need more games.
We remembered that
I made good arguments, but you were somehow not persuaded.
The people have spoken. The people have spoken.
The people have not spoken. That's not what they have.
We are the people. We both of us, and Resident SD.
Yeah, everyone who agrees with you are the people.
Matt says, I'll settle if he plays Shenmue Online. Or Dreams of Saturn. Oh, Dreams of Saturn would be nice.
Saturn.
Actually,
That's a good one.
yeah, Dreams of Saturn is a good shout.
Okay, so Dreams of Saturn, and then it's done.
And then we'll talk about it again.
And watch Shenmue. For what it's worth, though, Lime, the streams were great. Like, I really enjoyed watching you play Shenmue 3.
Mm-hmm.
You've got that mindset of, like, obviously that you're a new fan and you can find the beauty in Shenmue 3, whereas, like, us old folk, slightly disappointed with it. But it's just great seeing people actually really enjoy the game, and it felt like you were really enjoying it.
So, yeah, I mean, yeah, I was very much enjoying it. Like, and it kind of surprises me because usually I can be like quite impatient, but just the way the game is made just makes me go like, oh, I could just go here and explore, and then you find things, and then you learn, and like there's so much to the game that is just very fun. Like you keep having this question like, oh, what's next, and you just keep want to do it. And so yeah, I just slowed down and I enjoyed it a lot. So, yeah.
I think you're a very objective reviewer or judge of games, I would say, because and that's the beauty of not having played many of these franchises, because you approach them like from the eyes of just like a gamer, just like what you like or don't like. And so that's really interesting. Whereas I cannot do that because I already have some bias because I have expectations from a certain series. I think that's the same for everyone.
Yeah, which I didn't have. Like I heard that, some models are not great. And I saw like one that this is weird, but otherwise it kind of felt like being in a Pixar movie. I felt like it was very well made, and it was so beautiful, very beautiful, the way they made things. So
yeah, excellent, and definitely we recommend watching the VODs for Lime streams. Yeah, haven't watched the last one.
Lime seal of approval.
Yeah, gets
very kind.
Yes. Yeah, the locations are brilliant. That's true.
Yeah,
that's
very much so.
Yes, that's
what would you say is your favorite out of the three then, Lime, if you had to pick one quickly?
They are good in different ways. I think that I forget the names, but the first location was more beautiful with the flowers and the sunsets and
Bailu Village, yeah.
Yeah. But then
I think James was mentioning was meaning the games themselves, like Shenmue 1, 2, and 3, right?
Oh, the games.
Were you about to compare the locations?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Because I got it. Yeah, because we were talking about locations, but I think he meant 1, 2, or 3. Shenmue 1, 2, or 3. Which one is your favorite?
Shenmue game.
Oh, interesting.
I was kind of expecting you to say 3 though, actually, just because of maybe recent biasy.
Yeah, I was gonna go exactly there. I was gonna go saying like I don't know if it's a recency bias, but I'm gonna have to say 3. But I think that it is that I think that the updated graphics and sounds just makes the whole point of Shenmue. It makes it a lot more justice for what it's trying to be. So yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to say 3 because of that. I don't know, like the updated graphics just does so much, I feel, with it, and you really feel that they wanted to focus on that, and I really feel like they succeeded.
Okay, yeah, cool stuff. So you heard it. Let's go play Shenmue 3 if you haven't yet. It's Lime's favorite Shenmue game, so let's do it. Okay. So before we move on with more stuff with the actual news that we're covering, this is our news roundup for the month of June 2025. But before that, I wanted to tell everyone watching/listening live, welcome. If you're listening through Radio Sega, thank you very much for joining us. You can also join the Discord server, radiose.j/Discord, if you want to comment on anything that we mention, on the news that we're going to talk about today. And obviously, if you're on YouTube or Twitch, welcome as well. And thank you for joining us. And let us know. Feel free to let us know what you think about the Sega stuff that we're discussing this month. It's really nice to be back with this format of episode. I like talking to you guys about Sega news. And we're going to start with our miscellaneous Sega section, right? And we're going to actually start with something that we don't have much to talk about in terms of like commenting. I think there's not much commenting to do, but Sega are going all in on the Jet Set Radio 25th anniversary celebrations, right? Except for actually announcing anything related to the game itself, but they're licensing a lot of stuff with like using the Jet Set Radio license with that ugly ass logo. I mean, it's not ugly, but it could be better. It could. I don't dislike it, but when you compare it to the original one, right?
They are sort of using both, aren't they? I mean, as long as they stick to the main logo in terms of the game, and this is just like a 25th anniversary logo, then I suppose that's okay.
I think this one makes sense for the sake of like using the 2 and the 5.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but like there's just no beating the original one with like all that like the style that it has. Like
it's a lot less graffiti style on this one.
Yeah. There's like the arrows and stuff, but it's more of a minimalist style, which I guess it works. But on that note, Sega and them skates have revealed something that we talked about last month. There was like a tease or a teaser on them skates Instagram account. And finally, they revealed that there are skates, t-shirts, caps, stickers, and more going around, like available now to order, using both the original and 25th anniversary logos. And so, like I said, I guess they're going all in on the celebrations, except for announcing the game or showing us anything regarding the new game. But there we go. We have all this merch here that you can order from their websites. There is even stickers, a sticker pack here as well, a hat, t-shirts. You have skates and just the boots, which are interesting. So you can order these boots. So does anything from this list of merch appeal to you guys?
I like a t-shirt. Would be okay.
Yeah, like the shirt with the actual logo there, like the radio looks awesome.
This one?
That looks cool.
Yeah.
Okay, it's only 44 euros.
Good shirt.
Like you're definitely gonna make a statement with those skates right there.
With them skates?
Yeah.
Okay. I
like
can't stop
the color it's kind of iconic.
Yeah.
I feel.
£36 for the t-shirt, and in dollars it's $40. So 40 euros, $40, £36.
That's like before shipping as well.
Yeah.
I see.
Right.
The roller skates would be cool. What would be the point of buying the boot versions? Is that to put your own wheels on, or could you just wear the boots?
I think you can wear the boots. I think so. I'm assuming, because I can't skate, so I wear the boots. I think.
Maybe.
I don't see any kind of like place to add the wheels on. Yeah, and this is just like more like a plain boot. Very expensive though. $240, which is in pounds.
Wow.
$216.
Wow.
Just for the boot.
A lot, just for the boot. And
If it was like
this one is even
Rio
more
Hazuki
expensive.
Trainer, maybe I would buy it.
Okay, yeah. If you're like short on cash, you can just go for the sticker pack, which is £14 for these 4 stickers. These look nice. These look like cool. There's one that says them skates with 4 beat faces for some reason. Right?
It's like £5 a sticker almost.
Yeah. So yeah, for people who are like swimming in cash. Yeah. Matt says the skates would be wasted on me. I'd be on my face in about 3 seconds. Yeah. Same.
True.
They look good. The merch looks good.
They do
it's
look
just
good.
a matter of like, is it worth it? Maybe not. It depends on how much of a fan you are, I guess.
I did rollerblade for a while when I was way younger. So like I hope that some of it would still be there if I tried again.
You never know. This might be your gateway into that world again.
Oh my god.
Gateway drug.
Yeah, you just need to pay €300 for the skates, for them skates.
I mean, for all of those times where I've been here, I figured that I'll gathered enough salary to afford that, right?
Moving on. So another thing, money's Resident SD's department. So whenever when Resident SD pays me for the ads that I do for TerraPlayer, by the way, this show will be available on TerraPlayer.com. By the way, when he pays me, I'll pay you. So blame
I could
SD.
just talk directly to SD then.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's sort that out.
SD, I'm gonna contact you later. You owe me money.
I mentioned TerraPlayer a couple of times on the Dojo show as well. Just
see.
Say that.
Have you mentioned TerraPlayer on one of your streams and have never been paid? Maybe you are entitled to compensation. Another thing that is entitled. No, this is a very bad segue. Another thing that is entitled to compensation. Speaking of things that are related to Jet Set Radio, something that happened already. So this is not something that will happen in the future. We're just reporting the news. Brain Dead Studios in Fairfax, in the US, hosted a week of celebrations for the 25th anniversary of Jet Set Radio with screenings, exclusive merch, and a space to play the original game on the Dreamcast. Even creators of the game like Masayoshi Kikuchi and Ryuta Ueda made an appearance on the place, on this venue. Brain Dead Studios, if people are not familiar, I wasn't either, but I read up on them. So they're like a cultural hub. They're like part movie theater, part creative playground. They are run by a streetwear brand called Brain Dead, and it's like it screams Jet Set Radio because like the designs are like subversive. They have roots in underground art, so it's like. It's just like the message of Jet Set Radio. So it's actually a very good partnership. It makes sense for Sega to go with them to like show some movies that are relevant to the scene. And there was also some merch available, like we can see on screen if you're watching the video version, right? And these are interesting as well. These are interesting. Some tote bags as well, right? Some hats, some more T-shirts. So there you go. And people had an overall great time there, judging by the pictures that were posted on social media. They met the creators and stuff. So I think this was an interesting event as well.
It's fun.
Yeah. My only problem here is, where's the game, Sega? Please let us know more. Just give us anything at this point. It's really weird.
games, right? And it's supposed to be like a remake and a live service one, wasn't it?
Not officially, but who knows? Not officially. Officially, we only have one. Like, we know there's one coming. Other than that,
typically tend to do those type of events these days, at least from what I've seen. Like, this is one of the few events I've seen for a while. Reminds me of what they used to do actually prior to the Dreamcast launch, when they were like hyping up the Dreamcast. Did like quite a lot of events up and around the world, I guess.
Yep.
They're going all in game titles. Days. I mean,
yeah, they're doing a lot of these kinds of things these days. So it's great to see them being active in licensing, and we're going to talk about a little bit about that when we come to the my favorite part, the management meeting, but the transmedia stuff as well. But they're going all in on this, and it's great to see them so active. And I feel like they're doing a good job in making people remember Sega and their games, and like being relevant again. I feel like
events like that is a good social space for like the fans. So specifically, Jet Set Radio fans will be showing up to that event.
Yeah,
which is nice. Sure. It's nice to get that type of personnel there.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. Okay. That's it for Jet Set Radio. So this was the first part of our miscellaneous Sega news section. The next two bits are just like confirmation for people who haven't been paying attention. So we actually, I think, maybe last month, a couple of months ago, no, actually before, this remake was announced during I think it was in like April or something.
It was a while ago.
One of the Switch Directs.
Yeah,
Switch 1 right. Still, I think. And they announced this like it's coming out soon. And it's Raidu Remastered, The Mystery of the Soulless Army. So this is a remake of a previous Atlas game. And it like in the style of the most recent Persona games, like Persona 5 Royal, Persona 3 Reload, and this is another one of those remakes with quality of life improvements and stuff. And so this is out now. It's been out since, I believe, was it not last Friday? I think 2 Fridays ago, I believe. So like 2 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. And it's available now to play. Have you guys played this one? Or are you interested in it?
I haven't played it, but it looks amazing.
Yeah. So it's classic. It's an Atlas classic for people who have experience with Persona. This is probably right up your alley. So, and it's getting really good reviews as well. So
they're fighting a car there.
Why not?
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah. So that's it. Raidu Remastered, now available on many consoles, many systems. I believe Switch 2, Steam, Xbox, PlayStation. So it's like everywhere. So you can get it now. Another thing that is out now on the topic of new games that were announced. This one actually quite a long time ago, but it's finally available. And again, for people who enjoy Persona, it's Persona 5 The Phantom X, which is a mobile game in the Persona 5 line of games. It's out now. It was released 2 days ago, June 25th. So, yay. Again, have you guys tried this?
I have not.
Not yet.
No. I've downloaded it, but haven't played it. Yeah.
If it's a mobile game, then my brain instantly goes to, okay, so is it then free to play, and then like all of the in-app purchases, annoying, like, oh hey, you want to continue playing more today? You gotta pay, or that's just the experience that I have with mobiles usually. So that's what I'm always thinking about.
Yeah, that's true. So,
looking at the footage, it looks like a full-blown game.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it would be cool if it was.
I actually went to Metacritic, and there's only one critic review from Game 8, which is a platform that I'm not familiar with. They give it an 84. And they say, I never saw it coming. Ha. Get it? Yeah. But Persona 5 The Phantom X is a gacha spin-off that keeps the rebellious and fun spirit of the Phantom Thieves alive. Its gameplay loop is engaging and meshes well with gacha mechanics, though some features still need polish. Still, with a strong core, steady updates, and a growing story, it's a spin-off worth diving into. Okay, so they praise the core gameplay and the story. Hey.
It merges well with gacha mechanics.
Mm-hmm. So there's
sounds
the
like
free to play.
Paying to roll it.
Possibly. Probably. What happens usually with Sega games, Sega free to play games on phone and stuff? You don't really need to pay usually. You can if you want to like unlock things faster, but you usually don't need to. That's something that I get from like Sonic Dash and Sonic, what's the other one? Sonic Forces, Speed Battle or whatever.
Right.
Those games had the free-to-play mechanics as well, like pay to unlock stuff faster, but it wasn't really necessary if you didn't want to.
Yeah, okay.
If you're just patient, you'll unlock stuff and don't have to pay to win.
Well, what was that game that I played? That Sonic game you were running like an endless runner, Sonic
Runners.
Something. Runners. Yeah, there we go. That I think was the last kind of mobile experience, and there it kind of was like that. That you want to continue, then either pay or watch this commercial or something like that. And I'm like, yeah. But so yeah, I'm happy that they then kind of start to move away from that a little bit, because like Sonic Dream Team was definitely not like that, which I was happy about. So yeah, I hope that they continue that direction and let mobile games also be of high quality, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, I think actually Sega is not the worst for that, to be honest, but it's still annoying, right? For people who prefer playing a full-blown game on a console or a PC, it's like you said, it's not for us. We probably get thrown off by it. Like,
yeah, indeed.
Maybe I'll try it a little. I usually play for a little bit and then just move on.
Yeah. And I think that it's important as well to kind of just relay that discussion and relay that kind of skepticism. Oh, it's a mobile game. Is it going to be like that? If so, then not maybe, to kind of row home that maybe that's not the best choice, because you're gonna just like instantly just make people go like, okay, it's a mobile game. Like people just hear mobile game, they're like, okay, yeah, not for me. It's like they have a lot of cleaning up to do when it comes to that. Like not Sega alone, but the whole industry kind of have a lot of cleaning up to do when it comes to that reputation, I feel.
That said, they still make a lot of money out of those, so I'm not sure if they really want to.
Indeed. Yeah, indeed. And that is the crux, isn't it?
Yeah.
So which makes it even more important to kind of voice that, I feel.
Yeah.
I guess we are sort of being presumptuous with this game in particular. I guess we don't particularly know if there is any mobile trickery going on with the Persona.
Yeah. I mean, that's the issue, isn't it? Like, because of the experience people get,
just got that perception.
Like that. Yeah, indeed.
Like AC says, actually, like Sega have genuinely been fairly decent with mobile titles. I'm thinking of like Choo Choo Rocket Universe. I know that was delisted, but I don't ever remember any sort of mobile scummy stuff in that. Things that end up on Apple Arcade. Puyo Puyo Tetris.
But Apple Arcade is a little bit different because you're already paying a subscription for that. So
I think if a game does wind up on that, it does come with a different sort of mentality, doesn't it? You're getting a proper game.
Like Sonic Dream Team, for example, like I mentioned before.
Indeed, and like it's an interesting story, that game, because like I feel like that game was successful, but then there's another company who tried to release another game, and they sold it like for like just a one-time fee, just like they usually do. And people didn't really buy it, and so then they tried the like in-app purchases thing, like the gacha thingies, and then like it sold a lot, and then they concluded like, okay, so people actually want to be nickel and dimed. Oh, I see. First of all, I'm not sure that's the right takeaway from that experience, because first of all, like Sonic Dream Team made it without, and like I don't know, like if we just forget about money and just go with like another example, like take something from game design, for example. If you start the game with, oh hey, you can get all of the what should I go, like you can get all skill books in this Shenmue game just instantly. Like you start the game, you can get everything, like just yes or no. And I think that in those cases, like, I mean, sure, why not? Like, why wouldn't I? Like, if you're giving me that opportunity, why wouldn't I get it? Like, why wouldn't I get like infinite rupees in Zelda if you just like kind of give me that opportunity? So like sure, like, but that's still not it's still not going to give you a very good experience with it, because just because you do that, but just because you take that opportunity, like, okay, fine, I'm just gonna get all the rupees that I want, or all the skill books that I want. And the takeaway from that isn't, okay, I guess people would rather have everything from the start in the game, just, not get any rewards for anything in the game. Like, it's not the right takeaway. And if I'm gonna take that to like back to money again, maybe that's not the right takeaway here either. Maybe that also ruins the game experience, just like the previous example would. And there are working examples. Again, Sonic Dream Team. So
yeah, but I think we're comparing apples to oranges here as well.
Yeah, because it's a prescription.
Yeah, it's a subscription-based model, right? So
yeah, that makes sense.
You're already paying. They're probably getting some money out of it from Apple. Not probably, definitely. And so yeah. But going back to what we said about Sega being not as bad as other companies in this regard, then there's a problem that Matt mentioned. Surely this will last longer than Sakura Wars Mobile. So usually games like this don't usually go for long, don't like have a staying power like other more aggressive free-to-play games, I feel like. So I don't know what's the idea behind this. I don't know what they probably have a plan, an idea, something that makes sense to them to make these games. There's a financial reason here, so hopefully it works out for Sega. The more money they have, hopefully that they will use it to make the other type of games that we like. So good on them. Yeah. Good luck.
Another just quick thought. Maybe it's also about the genre kind of thing. Like, you don't want to pay that much money like for a game that is in the mobile style, like Sonic Runners or the Mario Runners game, which is the game that I was referencing that they try to sell like for a whole price. Maybe that genre is just not something that people want to pay for. And so what if you released like I don't know, like a Sonic Mania, for example, like when that came out, and it was released on.
Don't give them ideas like that. That's a terrible idea.
That it was released. No. Listen, you don't know where I'm going with this. Like, it was released on PC and all of the consoles and phone. and then you could set like a similar price on all of them, and it would be kind of the same thing on all platforms, and you didn't have to go the like gotcha thingy on the mobile just because it's on mobile. Hopefully, if they did it that way. I don't know. I'm just guessing here. I'm hoping that would be the case.
I guess like your point about Sonic Runners, for example, Lime, is because prior to that we had similar games that were free. So if Sonic Runners was like a brand new unique title, they probably would be in the rights to sort of sell it for a price if they wanted to. But because like we've had, Sonic Dash, we've had other types of endless runners like Jungle Rush, whatever it's called, Temple Run.
Yeah, Temple Run.
They've always been free. If they do then put a premium on the game, and it's a similar sort of game to a free game, why would anyone buy it?
Interest, yeah, and that's a very good point, and that's probably why it was definitely not the right takeaway by Nintendo to go like, oh, but our Mario Runner game didn't sell at all when we asked like full price for it, like just a one fee, because of that history, and so they kind of went like, oh, people rather get nickel and dimed. No, there's history there. Like you gotta.
I like that you said that phrase twice.
That's So that's.
I think there's an audience. It's also an audience issue here as well. There are audiences who will pay for this. Probably Nintendo's core audience isn't, just like Sega's core audience isn't. Like, I don't know. What is Sega's core audience now? But I think like the more hardcore older fans will probably not buy into this. But there are certain genres of games, like you said, certain audiences that will probably get into this model and make the companies a lot of money because they're going to get behind this, right? And Persona is, I think, a very good series for that. Like the anime style thing, the story. I think it's probably a good choice for this.
Sales figures for Persona.
I just really hope that they treat it right, and I do feel like it's possible that they do, and I hope that that's the case.
Yeah. Speaking of free to play, another thing this was a good segue. Sega recently announced, actually I think the day of or the day after our last recording, they announced Sega Football Club Champions 2025, powered, and this is interesting, by Football Manager. Right. So this is a new free-to-play football management game coming to PS5, PS4, Steam, iOS, and Android, and it's powered by Football Manager in the way that you use certain, like the mechanics, and like the engine apparently is more akin to Football Manager. We don't really know exactly completely how, but it's they say it's powered by Football Manager. This seems to be a continuation in their Let's Make a Soccer Team. I believe that's what we usually call it. The Let's Make a Soccer Team series. That is like a long-running series. But this time, they're using the power of Football Manager to, and probably the licenses as well, to make it more like robust and meaty. So that's this new game. I find this interesting. I'm always very I don't know. I'm always scared, that's the correct word, to be sucked into one of these games and not have time for anything else in my life.
It's gonna be too good.
I don't know. I love the Football Manager games, so that's why I stay away from them these days.
Oh, I should have Ravsig introduce me to one of them. Because Ravsig and I actually had that Virtua Fighter.
Yeah, I saw.
When he took me through the game and taught me the mechanics.
So you need another one of those for for Football Manager.
Because I don't even have like a sense of what kind of game Football Manager is. I know you build teams and that's it, kind of.
It's a rabbit hole you never emerge from. That's true. Very true. Very true. So if you were lucky enough to get out, never go back in. So they're probably still holding a beta, because there would be a beta period. I don't know if they changed it, because I see the dates are crossed out. It was supposed to have a beta period from June 19th to June 30th. So I think people can still apply somehow. So if you're into that, I'm going to leave a link to this post in the show notes, so do check it out. But yeah, it's interesting that they're going with this for a new free-to-play game. And this is one that I think works. So, like, going back to what we were talking about, I think this type of game works. And I think there will be people, I don't know if they're going to be in-app purchases, probably like teams or leagues or whatever. I
mean, hopefully they sort of market this right, because currently it seems very Japanese-centric from what we've seen from the trailers and whatnot. But if they do cater to, an audience over here that's, football mad, people would probably jump to this to fill the void of the delayed Football Manager. I remember playing Football Manager Live, which was like, was it 2014 or whenever that game came out? And that sucked me in. I used to play that with my mate. We'd, make our own teams, and that was awesome, because it was like an online experience where you're playing against other people's clubs that they were building, and there's a lot of like transfer market deals going on.
Okay.
Very much like an MMO type of football game experience in a sense, and that utilized obviously the Football Manager platform. So hopefully this could be something similar, and this could be like the next Football Manager Live type game. Obviously, it's just got a different name, but it looks exciting if you're into your football and football management type games. And free to play. Why not give it a go?
And if it's like they've announced it for several platforms, like I said, but like if it's something that you can have on your phone and just like pick up and play for a little bit, and like take a look at your team and like manage your team, like play a match or two and stuff, maybe that works better than the full-blown Football Manager experience, which is also available on your phone. But I don't know. I think that's a game that is best suited for like a big screen, and for maybe playing on a computer and stuff.
Yeah, and that version's single player into it, whereas like this, I gather, is going to be playing on an online sort of team to team.
Probably. So as soon as we have more news on that, we'll share, because I'm interested in knowing more about this. There's no release date yet, but Sega Football Club Champions 2025, powered by Football Manager, is coming soon, we assume. Coming up now, announcements. So announcements of things that are coming soon, or confirmations, or whatever. Let's go through these briefly. So first of all, 2 Point Museum. 2 Point Museum has a new DLC, or will have a new DLC, Fantasy Finds. It's going to come out on July 17th, and it looks really good. This is a game I haven't played yet, but I'm waiting for it to come to Switch, because I think playing this on the Switch too with the mouse controls will be a very cool experience.
Oh, yeah.
So, like switching from having the game on the go to play while picking up the console and wherever you are, and then docking the system and like using the mouse controls, so to have it like be more like a PC-like experience. That's what I'm thinking, but they haven't announced a release date for the Switch version yet. But I'm hoping very soon, because I would like to play this like in the next couple of months or so. This would be a very good, like a perfect holiday or vacation game. I have some days off in September, so hopefully I'll get to play it, unless they don't release it for Switch before like next year. So, and I'll be sad. But yeah, 2 Point Museum Fantasy Finds. Have you guys played this? Like the base game?
I haven't.
I sound like a bad Sega fan.
We're really bad Sega fans here.
Yeah, I would like to. It is one of the games that has always sort of intrigued me. Every time I've seen gameplay of this and 2 Point Campus and 2 Point Hospital, it's just something I just haven't got around to playing yet.
Yeah, like Matt says, 2 Point games are brilliant. Yeah,
like
true.
I like building things, so like it could be a game for me. Just yeah,
this is one of those.
I still also feel like maybe it's not. So
it's one of those time-sucking games as well, but not to the extent of a Football Manager, I think. But I played 2 Point Hospital, really enjoyed it. But I feel like having the formula refined from 2 Point Campus and now 2 Point Museum, I think 2 Point Museum, everyone says it's like the ultimate 2 Point game. So I definitely want to play this.
Since you've played it, what is the best part of that kind of game for you?
The best part, I think it's like it's addictive, right? Because you're on a loop of there are some objectives that you have to work towards, right? And in that game, so you are in a county, it's like 2 Point County, and you go from area to area, and you open a hospital, and then you improve your hospital. More patients come, new diseases, so you have to improve your hospital not just by like making it bigger, but adding different types of doctors and equipment for exams and treatment. And it's always made with like very silly humor. Like all the diseases are made up.
Oh, really?
Lightheadedness. It's the person has a light bulb for a head.
Oh.
For example.
Interesting.
People who suffer from being Freddie Mercury, I believe, was one of the diseases as well from Queen, because why not? It's so silly. It's
interesting.
Yeah. So the humor in the loop, the gameplay loop you get stuck into, it's very addictive. And it also gets increasingly difficult. And it sucks a lot of your time. But in a good way. It's not like, oh my God, this is so boring. It takes me so long. You're always engaging in all the crazy stuff that's happening. Yeah. A Flat Pact. Patients literally turn into cardboard cutouts. There you go. Yeah, I have never played the campus game, but assuming it's the same thing, just with a different setting. So I think all 2 Point games are recommended very much.
Cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know it had those.
Another reveal, another announcement. Nothing to do with 2 Point Campus or anything, but Persona 5 Revival, the worst kept secret. The people were just like wondering what the R would stand for. So Persona 5 Royal, Persona 3 Reload, Persona 4 Revival. Okay, and they showed this teaser trailer during the Xbox Games showcase earlier this month. We don't really know much. We can see the updated graphics. There was a little bit of music and stuff, but you don't really know much about Persona 4 Revival other than it's coming and all that drama of voice actors saying they were not coming back for this before the game was announced. And that's it. Matt says some Shenmue vibes there. Have you guys played Persona 4 Golden?
Yep.
Nope.
Yeah. Nope. Okay. So,
Unfortunately.
yeah, definitely some Shenmue vibes there. Yeah, for sure.
It's like a toy gate.
I can see what they're referring to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice little village setting.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's really cool. I actually am low-key excited for this one because I don't think I ever completed Persona 4 Golden. I got really close to the end, but never really got... I don't think so. If I did, I forgot the ending. But from what people say, it's so memorable that I probably never really finished it.
Otherwise, you'd remember it.
Yeah, I think it was like
you should definitely
the turn-based mechanics always get me. So I'm hoping it's more like Persona 5 Royal, like these recent remakes have been, so I can play it again and enjoy it a little bit more. I don't know. One thing that I remember about Persona 4 Golden was that like the dungeons were like randomly generated, if I'm not mistaken, which means it's not the same as Persona 5.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if they're keeping that or like changing the formula. I don't know. I don't know. That's one of the many questions people have.
It's not clear what revival means. Is it? It does seem more like a remaster than a remake to me.
It's not. It's just a word that starts with R.
Yeah, well, like there's a difference, right? Because
no. Persona 5 Royal, Persona 3 Reload, Persona 4 Revival.
Yeah,
could be. I think it should be Rerun because it's got the whole TV theme.
Yeah.
But nobody asked me, so.
I'm just saying, like about the if Persona 4 Revival is going to have random
generated dungeons.
The dungeons or not. Like,
randomly
I'm
generated
just saying,
dungeons,
like, if it's more like a remake, then maybe. But if it's more like a remaster, which this probably is, then probably not. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, remake. I think it's going to be like Persona 3 Reload, which I think is just taking the original game, adding some quality of life improvements, improving the graphics, obviously, so remastering it in that way.
Yeah.
And probably adding some extra content new to this, exclusive to this game.
Yep, that sounds likely.
Not like a full-blown remake, but one thing that can change is how the dungeons work. Like, not really the turn-based mechanics, but even then, they'll probably add some quality of life improvements to make battles more dynamic, like in Persona 5 Royal. I'm guessing. Yeah. Like more of a modern RPG. Because Persona 4 Golden is like, what, 15, 20 years old now? Am I exaggerating?
I don't know.
Persona 4 Golden, 2012. So 13. That's Golden. Which in itself was not the original. Persona 4, 2008.
I'm so old.
Okay. So Persona 4, and then Persona 4 Golden was like the definitive version of that. And now we're going to get P4R. So
Casey, I'm gonna die of old age soon.
We all are. We all are.
Let's get Shenmue 4. ASAP. We might have to add perfect. ASAP to the end of it.
Yes. We should add that to the hashtag for next month. Yes, for sure.
We are still going to die of old age. Let's get Shenmue 4.
More importantly, Yu Suzuki is. So
you have to contact the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
This is getting dark really fast.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it's true. It's true. Okay. Another last announcement. Remember Project Century from the Game Awards 2024? We now know it's actually not Project Century. Shock. It's called Stranger Than Heaven. So during the Summer Games Fest stream, like the Game Awards kind of event, they announced revealed the actual title for this game, Project Century, Stranger Than Heaven, and they actually also showed something that seems to hint at different times where you play at different times, different eras, right? It looks really, really good. Looks really, really good. And why is it Stranger Than Heaven? I don't know. The music they used for these trailers was awesome as well. Like jazzy and kind of like different from what we get from usually a Yakuza game or like a Dragon game, right? I wouldn't be surprised if this... Have they announced platforms for this? I wouldn't be surprised if this is like, I don't know, a next-gen game. Looks like a very...
I would imagine title. PS5.
Probably.
Possibly.
Yeah.
It does look awesome, though. I mean, the environments from what we're seeing in the trailers, it just sort of shows that, potentially RGG could work on a sort of Shenmue game experience, because they've got the look and feel of the eras. I know you get me on the showcase here, like everything is attributed to Shenmue at some point, but I just love the whole era aspect that they've got going on, because obviously, I don't know, is this a rumor or is it fact? Is it like it takes place over 100-year period, which was the reason for the Project Century, right? So they're starting maybe like 1915
we don't really know
or earlier.
much, but you had the previous video that we were showing was in 1915 or 18, can't remember. 15, right? And now this one is going to be in a different era. Oh no, actually it's the same. Am I showing the same one?
Yeah, something like that.
Wait.
Yeah, this is the same trailer, this one.
Is it the same trailer? Okay, so let's rewind that.
Let's go 1915 and then
1930 something, I believe. Let's see if this is... Oh, yeah.
1943.
Okay.
Yeah, I had 43 in my head. I don't know.
There we go.
My memory isn't as bad as I thought, but...
This is the other trailer.
It's cool because it's going to be jumping through those eras like that, so I'm just, really looking forward to how they... What's changing, the timeline of events, how they're adapting from one era to another. I think I mentioned before, like I love watching old videos on YouTube, those that have been restored to like 1893 footage of London or something. And it's like, obviously it was taken with a very extremely old camera, and then they've used AI and updated it and then painted every frame so it looks colored and, gives a good representation of what life would have been like in those years. And then we're seeing that in a video game as well, which is amazing.
Yeah. And I like it seems like, judging from these two trailers, that there are different types of gameplay. You act as like, in this one, you act as like a detective in a way. And then there's combat as well, but this seems to be Sotenbori or whatever. I can't remember the real name of the city in Japan, but in Like a Dragon, it's called Sotenbori with the bridge.
I think it's a take on Dotonbori or something like that.
I think so. Like, yes, Dotonbori. I think
or Saka, is it? I think
it's Dotonbori. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, whatever this is, it looks really good. So we don't. I just confirmed we don't really have platforms announced, so it could be years off yet. So some years off. And this was when they revealed Project Century is actually Stranger Than Heaven. So we'll see. We'll see what comes out of this. But it looks really good, and I'm curious first and foremost, but also a little bit excited because it looks awesome.
Yeah, the time thingy really got my interest up.
Excellent. Yeah. Okay. And so now that we have these announcements out of the way, it's time to get into the big thing that we always love to talk about in these shows. I promise I'm going to be brief. So back in the 18th, June 18th, SEGA Sammy held a management meeting. Yay! Financial data. And this was the presentation that was made available to the public. And there were some interesting things. So I'm going to, first of all, mention, before we get into this exactly, mention the things that websites found. So there was a page here which now shows this, page 25, now shows some content is currently under adjustment. Okay. And according to some websites, some reporters found out that this gray
square
is not square rectangle, but had hidden data here, which if you highlighted this, it would show. Now it just doesn't show because
interesting.
It's currently under adjustment. Yeah, but
wow.
it showed all the sales figures for certain titles. For things like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, Persona 3 Reload, and so apparently Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth sold 1.66 million units in total. I don't know, Like a Dragon Gaiden, The Man Who Raised His Name, sold 960,000. Okay, so we have this coming from, how do you say this? Gematsu or Gematsu?
I'd probably say Gamatsu.
Gematsu? Okay. Yep. So, mystery solved there. Thank you very much. Japanese sensei. Persona 3 Reload, 2.07 million. Sonic Superstars, 2.43 million. Sonic Frontiers, 4.57 million. Yakuza Like a Dragon, 2.86. Persona 5 Royal, including remastered version, 7.25 million. Amazing.
No wonder they're making these revisited titles.
Yeah. So this is interesting. It's now hidden. So if you access the link that we'll put in the show notes, you won't be able to see these figures, but they were there by mistake before. So, and we see how these games have sold quite well. I'm a little surprised for Infinite Wealth, actually. So low, but I'm guessing.
Yeah, me too. I was comparing Superstars with Infinite Wealth, and I'm like, what? That surprised me a lot.
One is Sonic, the other is not, but...
Oh, that's true. But you think it's like
the other not really.
But
well, that's true as well.
Yeah.
You don't think there's like a bit of a Yakuza burnout, do you?
I really thought that like Yakuza was still like a lot bigger than I mean, sure, but it's also Sonic Superstars. It's like it's a 2D game, so it's it's
still Sonic. It still sells for that. For example, I'm not surprised that Like a Dragon Gaiden only sold 960,000 units.
Yeah, I guess that I could get. Like it's kind of like a spin-off thingy. Yeah.
Right? For me, it's my type of Like a Dragon game. It's like an more action game.
One as well.
It's short as well, but I'm more surprised, for example, when we compare Infinite Wealth to Persona 3 Reload, which released, I think, a month later, 2 months later, perhaps, last year. And I mean, I guess Like a Dragon was February, and Persona 3 Reload probably March, I guess. It was very, very close to, they were very close to each other. But 2.07 million. That means it's more successful. Maybe it's Persona, right? Persona is a bigger brand than Like a Dragon at this point. Even Shin Megami Tensei 5, it's an older game, but 1.11 million. Like a Dragon Infant Wealth didn't break the 2 million mark.
It's interesting. I mean, anything above 1 million sales for me sounds positive. Maybe I've just got that sort of optimistic mindset that when you go back to sort of Sega in what we would consider their heyday for like the Dreamcast, and obviously we know the sales of those games were like super low in comparison to this.
Thousands.
So the leaps and bounds from how they used to be back in the day. But I mean, considering how well known and popular the Like a Dragon series is, and I feel like it's always in my face all the time, constantly, whether that's just people rubbing it in because I'm primarily a Shenmue fan, but I just feel like everywhere you turn and look, there's like a new Yakuza game on the horizon. So they must be happy with those types of sales for them to continue to produce these big
I'm not
titles,
saying that. Let me be clear. I'm not saying that. I'm just surprised that when compared to a Persona game, which I would assume is more niche, maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe I'm wrong. But I would assume. But again, Like a Dragon Infant Wealth is a third turn-based RPG. So I'm guessing they're the same genre in a way.
Yeah, I wasn't like talking about what game did bad or good either. I was rather that, okay, this made less compared to this. Like all of them are good, but like some games still made less. And I don't know, my mind kind of went like,
and
like
not
a Dragon
good in terms
Infant
of
Wealth
quality.
just seems like this big, amazing game that are this, I don't know, like to me seem like equally popular as Sonic. That's in my mind. And it.
I'm not saying in terms of quality either. I'm speaking of like numbers. These are all quite good numbers, I think.
Yeah.
It's just interesting to compare to see which ones are a little bit higher and which series are more popular. Apparently, it's Sonic, Persona. I mean, it's probably Persona, judging for Persona 5 Royal, 7 point whatever million.
So, and that has had like a
lifetime
combined sales total, isn't it? So it's cheating slightly, I suppose. Like if they did a Sonic Frontiers, revival game and then included the sales from before and that, I don't know. Maybe it would catch up a little bit.
Probably.
It's interesting.
Other than that, the presentation talked a little bit about, for example, the plan that Sega has to be a solid and influential global brand that reaches 3 billion gamers worldwide. That's the mission and purpose of Empower the Gamers.
Massive.
Yes.
It's like 200 pages.
Beginning. Yeah, this is by Shuji Utsubi, president and COO of Sega Corporation. And it's actually quite interesting. I'm not going to go into all of these, but they're, again, the focus on transmedia, always, right? With our, like, shout out to Justin Scarpone. They again mention the fact that Football Manager 25 was cancelled, which again was a big challenge, and also the slip of 2 titles in the free-to-play market, Sonic Rumble and Persona 5 The Phantom X. One of them is out now. The other one, who knows?
Casey, give me Sonic Rumble. I want to play Sonic Rumble. Where is my Sonic Rumble?
Will you be able to? No one knows at this point. They mentioned Sonic X Shadow Generations like selling 2.3 million units, Metaphor Refantasio 2 million units, and Like a Dragon Part Yakuza in Hawaii. We don't know. They don't mention numbers. Transmedia strategy, like Sonic 3 movie, the Like a Dragon Yakuza series. They don't really talk about revenue or anything. They just say it was distributed in more than 240 countries. No one really liked it that much, but it was a thing. I'm hoping for a second season, but it has to be better.
So wait. I just saw something there that was Sonic Stadium opened in December 2024. I find that interesting because we have a site with the same name. Are there going to be issues?
No, if the site has the same name, they'll probably have to close down. They don't own the Sonic brand, definitely.
Did you mention it's
like a kids thing. The Sonic Stadium.
So like, I mean, are they gonna have to change their name now, or like,
probably not? Probably not.
I hope not.
Yeah. It's like Sega opening a Sega Lounge. I'll probably keep doing this as the Sega Lounge.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'll change it to that Blue Company Lounge. Welcome to that Blue Company Lounge. Welcome to the artist formerly known as Sega Lounge. They also mentioned something that I wasn't aware of. Structural reforms, and they mentioned Total War. Okay, and that's actually mentioned quite later in this presentation. They're releasing new DLC. They're like restructuring the games for like some Total War games. So yeah, interesting. And they mentioned strong performance of Total War DLC. So for people who are into these PC strategy games, they're really proud of this. Again, like we saw in our latest, the previous like earnings report thing they did, they also showed this that I wanted to mention and show as well, which is like their cycle. Where's the cycle? Is it in the beginning? I always find it very interesting. Okay. The cycle of 4 strengths for value maximization.
Right.
So, ability to create captivating experience. Ability to develop captivating experience, 1. Ability to develop captivating experience, 2. Using the multi-channel transmedia. And source of captivating experience is the brand IP. So this is a cycle. And they say creativity is Genesis. Always proactive, always pioneering. No, creativity is Mega Drive, not Genesis. Same bad joke as last time. But it's the biggest takeaway here is using their IPs, even the dormant ones, and capitalizing on them through games and through transmedia.
That's a good choice.
That's a smart move. Yeah,
indeed.
Smart move. And they mention like expansion of business areas, games, animation, amusement machine, merchandise toy, pachinko, patch slot, yes, and gaming. And by gaming here, they mean like casinos, like gambling. They had a whole section of the presentation dedicated to acquiring land and casinos and like machines and stuff like that.
Taking over the world.
Yeah. 3 billion players all over the world. That's what they want. Other than that, it's what we already know, right? They mention things like buying Rovio. They are again hoping to get these free-to-play titles. One of them is out, Persona 5 The Phantom X, Sonic Rumble, launching in 2025, who knows, and Sega Football Club Champions 2025, which they also say it's launching in 2025. Would make sense because it's in the title. Sega Football Club Champions 2025. Yep. You better release it this year.
What's up with the logo up in the right?
I don't know. They copy and pasted it twice. Because here it's okay. Yeah. Football Manager and that. I don't want to bore people with the details here more, but I don't know. Anything you guys would like to? Yeah, anything you guys would like to mention from this?
It's too long.
Yeah.
They're probably already working on next year's.
Yeah.
Sonic
hello,
Yoda,
Sonic
hello.
Yoda. Evening all. Hello. How are you, Lewis? Welcome.
Good evening.
Nice to see you here from SegaDriven.com. Go check out SegaDriven.com. Yeah, I mean, something that I always find interesting is like the strategy that Sega is working on in terms of like information. They call it a proactive use of information dissemination opportunities, and it's basically attending like shows and things like Summer Games Fest, Gamescom, GDC, the Game Awards. So they have a plan for this. They talked about this to their investors. So yeah, they really seem to be going hard at like spreading the word of Sega, becoming a more well-known and recognizable brand, which is good. Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay. I won't bore anyone else or people with anything else. So yeah. Moving on. Something that they also mention here, probably a little bit by mistake, but not really. Persona 4 Revival and Stranger Than Heaven are obviously not releasing this fiscal year. So in the presentation, at some point they mention it's for the fiscal year of 2027, right? Which starts in April 1st, 2026. So Persona 4 Revival is not coming this year, and Stranger Than Heaven probably not even next year. I'm guessing it's the next gen game. It looks really good. I don't know. I think it's the next gen.
Does look good.
It looks amazing.
And that's it for this. What else? Jim, you were mentioning the theme park, right?
Wow, I saw this. It's interesting because obviously we have had theme park type buildings in the past with Sega World. There was quite a few locations. There was one in London. There was one in Australia. I guess there was one in America at some point. So it is cool to see them potentially considering going down that avenue again. I don't know if anyone's ever been Alton Towers. It's quite close to where I live. They had a Sonic ride there. So like a Sonic licensed, it was called the Spinball Whizzer. Pretty cool ride actually. So whether or not they just mean like potentially just dropping a Sega themed ride in an already existing theme park, but I've always loved the thought of like an entire Sega theme park. It would just be mental. You'd have Sonic roller coasters.
That would be
huge. Use some of the properties that they're doing right now with the like a Dragon series could have some sort of, I don't know what they design for that. But they have the IPs. Like you're looking at like the Mario World or whatever it's called, the Nintendo World in Japan, where they've got all these Nintendo themed rides, and just having a small Sega, slice of that action just would be incredible to, if it was based in Japan or wherever they saw fit. But I mean, this has come from an interview with, someone called Roberta Perry, who's the president of business development company Roberta Perry and Associates. And I mean, it's not necessarily an announcement, but it just seems like whatever her business is dealing with like different amusement style companies.
She's really happy. She's got a great
she
smile.
Sort of let slip that she's doing something with Sega, which I'm just on the interested to see what comes of this. Yeah, because I've always dreamt of like a nice Sega theme park.
Mm-hmm. Are you guys familiar with Sega Republic in Dubai?
No.
Okay, so I think it's closed now. I think it closed like before the pandemic, a couple of years before the pandemic, but it was something like that. Like I think what was like the. I've never visited Dubai, but I always thought if I ever get to go, I need to go to Sega Republic. Had some Sonic themed. I don't think just Sonic theme. I think they had other Sega themed attractions. So, yeah.
Was there ever a Green Hill roller coaster? I feel like that would make sense.
With the loops.
Yeah, exactly.
Could be.
Yeah.
And
If not, it's a
Roberta
lost opportunity.
Roberta says, you're a walk-around character for a day. Who do you choose? I would be Sonic the Hedgehog. I have absolutely fallen in love with that character, and I've watched what happens in our lounge at IAAPA, which is like an attractions expo of sorts. Yeah.
I mean,
I watched what
realistically,
happened in the Sega Lounge. What?
Sega has a lounge there. Oh,
No.
he's been tuning into
my
these
God.
streams,
Yes.
fallen in love with Sonic. But if you base, say, like the 3 Sonic films so far, and the revenue, like we just seen in that report there, that the Sonic 3 film, like the revenue was like 493 million or whatever. So that sort of opens avenues, and I'm assuming that this Sega theme park lady idea probably wouldn't exist without numbers that sort of have good clear incentive to making something like this actually happen. I think you can thank probably the Sonic films for whatever they're planning here.
Yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
we have a lot to
Sure.
thank for that.
Yeah. The transmedia strategy is paying off for sure. For
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Maybe we'll see an Outrun theme park.
That would be nice.
Shenmue theme park.
That would be amazing.
That would be
Spectacular.
Yeah.
Full cliff truck ride.
I know the name for that, like Shenmue Dojo.
Yeah.
Would we have to change our name then?
Probably.
Right.
That Asian thing dojo.
Yeah.
That Asian video game thingy dojo would be your new name.
Shenmue with the 2 O's, like moo.
Shenmue with a cow.
Moo dojo.
Let's get milky. Yes.
Excuse me.
Really bad. Yeah. Okay. So I think we've moved on from games a long time ago. So let's go back to games. And this is a very brief thing just to tell people, if you're not aware, that Sega has made 9 of its mobile retro releases free before they delisted. So I think we talked about this before. They have some games that were part of the Sega Forever line on mobile or iOS and Android. The current ones, the ones that are still active, are Crazy Taxi, Golden Axe, Shining Force, Sonic CD, Sonic 4 Episode 2, Streets of Rage 2, Super Monkey Ball Sakura, and Virtua Tennis Challenge. This is the one that I still play every now and then. And so these games will be delisted, but they are now available to get for free, and you can still play them offline after they delisted. So if you want to play them in the future, download them now. You don't pay anything, and because, like it says here, the service is ending for this. There were like in-app purchases to remove ads. That's gone. So try to get these games if you want them on your phone. Some of them come with, like, I don't know, at least in iOS, come with sticker packs that you can use in like your messages and WhatsApp and stuff. That's cool. Yeah. I still have like Sonic CD and Streets of Rage and I think Ristar stickers in my phone because of that. Yeah. It's cool. That's something worth noting if you're into this type of thing, if this type of like mobile gaming. Yeah. Next, Jim, you're our venues guy. So there are plans to open something.
There are plans to open a Sega shop in Tokyo. So we saw, I don't know if it was like last news show, we were talking a little bit about in fact it was because we were speaking about that bald dude, I forget his name.
Justin Scarpone,
who was at the Sega Shanghai venue. Looked like it was doing quite well, quite successful. A lot of Sonic merch in there, Persona stuff. A no-brainer, in my opinion, to have I know they do like a lot of pop-up type shops in Japan, but a dedicated Sega shop in sort of the heart of Tokyo just makes sense to me because you've got the Nintendo one. Just a place for fans to go and pick up merch in person. And so there's going to be one opening up in Shibuya. Not exactly sure where this location is specifically, but apparently it's the same building which already houses Nintendo Tokyo, the official Capcom store, and a Pokemon Center. So it sort of makes sense to have an enclosed shopping district for video game people, I guess. And Sega really should be at the forefront of that, in my opinion.
For sure.
Do we know when it's opening? It's just announced plans to open one.
Sorry?
Summer 2025, is that right?
Yeah. They said last year that the store would open in summer 2025.
Yeah. Very good.
So who knows?
Get your Japan
maybe soon.
Holiday booked in.
Yeah. And it was also part of that presentation, that investor presentation. They also mentioned the Shanghai one having opened, and part of their strategy to reinforce their brand, which makes a lot of sense, I think.
Yeah, I hope it does well.
Yeah. Next up, one in Europe and one in the US. Closer
London.
to us. Yeah, London, probably. Yeah, makes sense. Okay. And finally, not a really physical store, but maybe the return of a shop, right? Sega Shop.
Oh.
Worlds you've played, looks you'll wear. Sega Shop, the official merch store, is almost here, launching July 2025. And you can go to shop.sega.com to sign up to get notified when the shop reopens. So it looks like it's going to be a global Sega Shop. Right? Indeed. And if you follow the link, you get greeted with the usual enter using password thing. It's the same logo as the Sega Shop we had here in Europe. And it now asks for your details. It still has the same frequently asked questions, and now asks for your details to get notified, if you want to get notified when the shop actually opens. Right?
Interesting. So then hopefully they're going to sell the same things, because it seemed like the different online stores sold different things at a time. But now if they're merging, probably that's not going to be an issue anymore.
Yeah. So launching July 2025.
Assuming it's not like Numbskull then anymore. That was like...
Could still be. I don't know. It's too early, too soon to know. But could be just like a unified experience. Maybe that's why they closed the store. That makes sense if that's the case, because they're trying. But I don't know if Numbskull operates outside of Europe.
I'm not too sure, actually.
I don't know. So we'll get more details. I'm guessing next time we do a news roundup, so next month we'll know for sure what's happening.
Was it something like Just Geek?
Isn't it the same thing? It's like Numbskull Design's website, I think, their own store.
I was wondering if that was like the American part,
like arm of the company. Maybe.
Can't quite remember.
I know Numbskull had Just Geek, which also sold things that were in the Sega Shop. Mm-hmm. Sometimes even cheaper, by the way.
True.
Yeah, so, but I don't know if it's like a worldwide thing or not. I have no idea. Okay, so that's after like an hour and a half, that's the miscellaneous Sega stuff out of the way. A brief section dedicated to Shinobi Art of Vengeance, which I'm very excited for, I have to say. And I want to shout out Michael Huber, big Shenmue fan, by the way. Hype guy extraordinaire, known for such hits as being incredibly excited for the Shenmue 3 Kickstarter back in 2015. But you actually sent me a video of, so he is at Easy Allies, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct. Yeah.
And they were looking at footage and talking about their time playing the demo that they played. I think on like part of Summer Games Fest, I think.
Yeah, so I think they had sort of like access to the show floor, and they were playing a bunch of games. And one game that he played was the demo build of Shinobi, and they were talking about it in their podcast, Easy Allies podcast, and it was I just shared it because it was the first time I'd actually heard hands-on opinions from someone, and they were saying it was like a 10 out of 10 experience. It was like incredible, and they were so excited for it. And some of the stuff they were talking about, like how smooth it plays, how great it looks, and it actually got me more hyped. And he is, like you say, the hype guy, so he knows what he's doing. But
I'm already really hyped. I was already really hyped for this.
The more I see of it, the better it looks.
After listening to him talking about the game, I was like, oh my God, this is really what I think it is. So it's just confirmation.
Yeah. It's like going to be a new classic Shinobi game. Like classic and in a sense of like, you think back fondly on it.
Like timeless.
Timeless classic, yeah.
I also want to shout out Brian Shea, previous guest on this show, and he's now executive editor at Game Informer magazine, and he also got hands-on with Shinobi Art Vengeance, and he actually wrote on the Game Informer website an exclusive feature, like a preview of the game, and this is really interesting, and because of like time and to not bore people, I'm going to link it in the show notes. But he also talked to people involved in the making of this game, including people from SEGA, SEGA's director of content production, Kagase Shimomura. And it's actually related to what we were talking about before. When people hear Sega nowadays, they usually have the impression of Sonic or Like a Dragon, which we are very grateful for. These are IPs that we are very proud of course, but we do think that if you had asked people maybe 20 years ago or 30 years ago, there would have been fans thinking of many more IPs than Sonic or Like a Dragon. Those fans' excitement is very important. And they go on about how that's why they wanted to revive certain IPs, the ones that they announced at the Game Awards 2023. One of them being Shinobi, which they feel like is the perfect title to lead this new initiative, this power surge, this next level initiative. They mention how Lizard Cube was the perfect choice for this. Brian also talked to Ben Fiquet from Lizard Cube, and how he talked about how Sega was more hands-on with this game, which is different to what they did with Streets of Rage 4 and Wonder Boy: The Dragon's Trap. They just handed them the license and didn't really care much what they did. Now they have constant feedback from Sega and contact with Sega, which is also really nice to know. And overall, Brian is very, very excited about this. So this is a really cool read with a lot of little bits of information here that are great for Sega and Shinobi fans.
I am very much looking forward to getting my hands on this.
Yeah, it really looks good. And if it plays as good as Michael Huber said, definitely a 10 out of 10 game or similar. And not to hype up this game anymore, but do you know who is doing the soundtrack?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have T-Lopes and Yuzo Koshiro.
Two legends.
So I'm guessing it's more of a Streets of Rage 4 type of thing. It's T-Lopes and then Yuzo Koshiro 1 or 2 tracks. I'm assuming.
Maybe the main menu.
Yeah, probably like the first level or something, or one of the boss fights. Yeah.
This made me even more hyped for it. Like T. Lobes is always magic, I feel. So yeah, it's gonna do a lot for the game.
For sure. Totally agreed. And I would direct people to Sega's YouTube channel because they have been sharing a lot of videos about this game. There's the behind the game videos, there's the behind the studio videos, and they have been introducing different stages. So if you want to get even more hyped up for this game, go check it out. This one, the Lantern festival video, is really good because it shows a very beautiful stage. Look at the lighting and the fireworks and stuff.
And the lanterns.
And the lanterns, obviously. And the festival.
So cool.
Yeah.
It's come out
which has lanterns.
Probably the perfect sort of time, because people are really into this style of gameplay, aren't they, currently?
Yeah.
Like huge robot in the background there.
Oh. It looks really good. Really, really hyped up for this. So we're getting this very, very soon in August. So we don't have to wait long for Shinobi Art of Vengeance. And one last thing, which I believe firstly I heard from our good friend Korimaru, but I'm actually now showing the Shenmue Dojo article on this because it's Shenmue. In one of the latest trailers, what do we find, SkillJim?
Yeah.
Or who should I say?
Big Red Arrow.
Yes.
Yeah. Of course, Ryo Hazuki there in the background forklift. I mean, there's no questions.
Oh, that's why you shared that image. I was like, okay, there's a big crab sign. What am I going to take away from that? Like, what does that mean? I don't know. I just ignored it, but now I understand.
Out of everyone, Lime, currently, you should know who that is.
Yes,
but I didn't look there. I just saw a huge crab and thought that was the point of the image. I'm like, oh.
And this was in the trailer, in one of the trailers. So people really had, like, eagle-eyed people saw this. Like, probably Korimaru probably went frame by frame looking for Easter eggs. Because Lizard Cube are very good at hiding Easter eggs in their games. Sega Easter eggs and not just Sega. So, yeah. Really cool.
Got me
Shenmue 4 confirmed.
People were sort of saying that in Streets of Rage 4 there was an Easter egg for Shinobi.
Yes.
And then obviously Shinobi's become Lizard Cube's next game. And then people are sort of already expecting a 2D Shenmue game now.
Would be awesome.
Yeah, it would actually. I think it would work well.
Crossover. A spin-off, sorry.
Streets of Rage-esque type of brawler maybe would be cool.
Anything,
why not?
anything would be interesting.
# let's get Shenmue 4.
Let's get Shenmue anything. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
ASAP.
That's a good hashtag.
Because we're old.
Please.
Yeah. And we're gonna die soon.
People are gonna start dying if we don't get Shenmue 4. Oh, this is more like a threat than a positive campaign.
People are going to die.
If you don't release the game soon, people are going to start dying.
We have your family.
Okay, so that's Shinobi. Finally, Sonic, which we always leave to the end and then we spend a lot of time on. But we have some interesting Sonic tidbits here. Some we can get through very quickly, and then we'll focus a little bit more on Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. But surprise, no one was expecting this, but a new rumor going around is that Sonic Frontiers sequel is in development. You don't say.
Heck yeah.
The interesting part is targeting November 2026 release. Okay, so this is a new rumor that came from a certain Twitter user who leaked stuff and was right in the past, And so they say Sega is working on Sonic Frontiers 2 or whatever the sequel is to that, and it's releasing next year, which would coincide with Sonic's 35th anniversary, which would make sense. We usually get a big Sonic title, right? In
Sonic Frontiers the 30th? Really?
31st, I believe, closest to. I think because of the pandemic, right?
Right, but it probably would have been the 30th anniversary's game.
Yeah, I believe so.
That's crazy.
So. Yeah.
Like, even if it's only been 4 years, it still seems crazy to me that we're talking about a sequel for
3
the
years,
next
actually.
half decade.
Yeah, November 8th, 2022.
Okay.
So
not as bad as I thought then.
31st. But yeah. 4 years between the two games. That's the if it really ends up releasing in November 2026, it's 4 years. If they're building on the foundation of Sonic Frontiers, they don't really need as much time as they needed for the original one, I would assume.
So
and they had like Shadow Generations.
Right.
Which was an improvement on Sonic Frontiers on many levels, some might say.
Indeed. So hopefully they focus this time on improvements and ideas and stuff.
That's what I hope. Yeah. What else? What else do we have? To briefly mention. So there's I don't know, for people into Squad Busters, there's a Sonic the Hedgehog collab. Oh my god. No, wait, let me turn off the sound because it's really loud for me. You're not hearing anything, but for me it's really loud. So that's it. So Squad Busters, Sonic the Hedgehog collab. And again, they're going all in with these crossovers and collabs. This is a mobile game. It's like a party action game by Supercell.
Lime Z has just picked up that mobile.
Like Sonic the Hedgehog mobile, huh? Yeah. And and like it's Sonic in the style of Squad Busters. That's what we're looking at. I like Robotnik, Eggman. His style is really cool. Yeah, and the Death
Sonic 2
robot. Yeah. There you go. Play now. Oh wait, I missed this one. I missed the ending. Wait, it's important. At the end, that was like a post-credit scene of Sonic going supersonic. Yes.
100% in it.
Yeah. You just have to pay, like, you have to take on a whole mortgage to unlock Supersonic. Lime's face.
You can get Supersonic right now.
For only £100.
Do that face again, Lime. Like make that face again. Like, yeah. Okay, that says it all. Okay, into more interesting things, maybe. McLaren, the Formula One company squad, announced a partnership with Sonic the Hedgehog, obviously. Yay. So that's something new. We're thrilled to welcome Sonic the Hedgehog to the McLaren racing family. What do you make of this, guys?
I have absolutely no idea. I have no idea what this means. I have no idea about anything. I just heard, okay, Sonic together with someone that I don't know.
So it says, fans can expect creative integrations and experiences that fuse the worlds of motorsport and gaming and engage audiences of all ages, both on the grid and screen. The partnership will continue throughout Sonic Team's 2025 Racing Around the World campaign into 2026 for Sonic's 35th anniversary and the McLaren Formula One Team's 1000th Grand Prix. They also mention the previous connection between Sonic and McLaren, because at the 1993 European Grand Prix, they actually named the race Sonic Grand Prix, and Ayrton Senna was a McLaren driver back then, and he won that iconic Sonic trophy that we're always seeing, right? And that's part of like Sega fans is like their imagination, I think, in a way. So it makes sense that they team up again. It's Formula One, it's Sonic, so it's fast.
Yeah.
And that's all we know now, right?
Not really got an opinion on it, to be honest. I don't watch F1 racing, but I mean, it makes sense. Both fast type things.
Yeah.
There's meant to be an event in London, I think was announced today. Next Tuesday, is it? Or next Wednesday in Trafalgar Square?
Yes.
Sort of collab thing.
Second and third, between the 2nd and 3rd of July. Yes, Trafalgar Square. McLaren Racing Live London.
I'm assuming there'll be like a big F1 car. Sonic will be there in a costume. And
maybe even a Sonic themed, like Sonic branded F1 car. They've been doing those with other racing cars and stuff. Yeah.
Indeed.
Like a Sonic leather jacket or a helmet or something like that.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. And I'm guessing, since we're talking about driving and speed, like someone wrote here, maybe you, Jim. I have. This is a good segue into our final bit of info, not final, but almost final bit of news. Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. So I'm guessing. I'm willing to bet that there will be a McLaren F1 car in Sonic Racing CrossWorlds.
I thought about that.
Remember Danica Patrick? Everyone's main in Sonic Racing All Stars, or Sonic and All Stars Racing Transformed. Don't go who. You know exactly who she is. Best character in the game.
Never heard of them. Never ever heard of them.
She was the best character. And best crossover. Character. Yeah. And so I'm guessing they're going to do, and maybe even who are the drivers for McLaren these days? Maybe
was it not just listed?
I just saw this. Maybe Brad Pitt will be an unlockable character because he's doing that F1 the movie thing. So maybe he will be an unlockable racer, an unlockable character. Lime's face is amazing right now.
Maybe Brad Pitt will end up being the voice of Silver.
In the movie. Yeah.
Sonic 4, Brad Pitt.
Keanu Reeves' shadow.
Brad Pitt is not going to be in CrossWorlds.
I'm going to make you eat those words.
Play this back then when we find
we're going to make this a clip and we're going to replay it all the time. And then we're going to send it to Brad Pitt.
Lime said this. Now, look at the trailer where they reveal Brad Pitt.
Lime lies and hates wisps. Don't vote for Lime.
Right. Yeah. Hashtag cancel Lime.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Cancel Lime.
Death to wisps.
Death to all wisps. All wisps must die. But
they do. To be fair, they do. But that's another discussion.
We don't know if a Formula One car or Brad Pitt will be in Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. What we do know is a little bit more, a whole lot more about Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. There was a new trailer during Summer Games Fest. There's a new limited edition or collector's edition. I don't know if we haven't we mentioned this before? Maybe not. The limited run games special edition. Not sure. But
talk about them all the time. So
we talk about all of the limited run editions. But yeah. Hatsune Miku is in Sonic Racing CrossWorlds.
Yeah.
What I don't need anyone else.
Very good choice. And it's so interesting because the show before this was released, we talked about on that show, Miku, we talked about Ichiban. I think we also talked about Joker. And then all those three were revealed just like a day later or something. Amazing.
Because that's what makes sense for me. I wouldn't want another Sonic only racing game. I would want a Sega crossover, like all the Sega crossovers. So Sonic Racing CrossWorlds has Miku, Ichiban, and Joker from Persona 5, and
Steve.
and Steve, best Sega character. There's a Minecraft pack. Yeah,
Jack Black, you could say, is in CrossWorlds.
Is it voiced by Jack Black?
I don't know, but I'm just saying
Lime. So Brad Pitt could be in the movie because Jack Black is. You idiot.
We never know. We never know what happens. What's going to happen? So there, and to make this like more streamlined in a way, they're calling these are the Sega crossovers. So free updates. Drop number 1, Hatsune Miku. Drop number 2, Joker. Drop number 3, Ichiban Kasuga. And then they show 10 more slots with question marks saying character and vehicle sets to be added over time. Is it 10 because there are exactly 10 more slots, or is it 10 because that's the number they went for and they didn't have room for more? No idea.
True.
They're usually very intentional about these things. But yeah. Thoughts about this specific part of the crossover?
Amazing choices.
I like it.
Yeah, like these are very well-known characters, and that many people I think wanted to see. Like, which is why we mentioned these three specifically, even before. So yeah.
Sort of giving us what we all wanted. It's like a transformed game, like a Sega All-Stars. Not just Sonic, like Sonic Team Racing. We wanted an All-Stars sort of cast, and it looks like that's kind of what we're getting.
Yeah.
Okay, too much now. Okay, that's better. Yeah, so Hatsune Miku, Joker, Kasuga, confirmed. Number 4, Ryo Hazuki, for sure.
For sure.
Any guesses as to characters that will probably get included?
I mean, we know already 3 different franchises that were revealed.
I mean, Sega ones.
Sega ones. Okay.
Beat, maybe? Time with the Jet Set Radio stuff that's going on. Could see that happening.
And Shinobi as well.
Shinobi, yeah. Oh, what if we get a Streets of Rage character?
Could be.
Would be cool.
Crazy Taxi character. We could get Axel from Streets of Rage and Axel from Crazy Taxi.
No? Right.
Probably BD Joe if they're going with I don't know what they're doing with the new game, but yeah.
I feel like it would be likely for them to include characters that they are right now trying to revive. So like Streets of Rage, Golden Axe.
Yeah, Golden Axe. Yeah, that's true as well.
Jet Set Radio. Yeah. Like, those
Forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And then...
Echo the Dolphin?
That would be cool. I mean, have you... Yeah, I mean, they... like, not to talk about another company, but like they do have a dolphin driving a cart in Mario Kart.
Oh, that's true. Yes, that's true.
And it looks hilarious.
That's true. That's true.
Seen that. Okay.
Yeah, Mario Kart World has all the. They're not even side characters. They're like NPCs from Mario games that no one really remembers. Like the cactus plant, even. Like enemies, like dolphin, like the fish, the chip, or whatever they're called. There's cow. There's silly.
It's very odd choices.
Yeah, for sure. That's one way to put it. Yeah. Also, we know now, confirmed, and actually, this is not an updated image. I couldn't find an updated one with the turtles, but they're calling this the compelling DLC lineup. Or I don't know if it's the compelling DLC lineup or if it's just the DLC lineup is compelling. But they are announcing a season pass, paid content. Pack number 1, Steve, Alex, and Creeper from Minecraft. Pack number 2, SpongeBob and Patrick. And I'm assuming pack number 3 is the Turtles, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Avatar, was it? Avatar, the Airbender thing?
Yeah, so that's probably... I don't know if the Kids' Choice Awards trailer actually shows this picture.
Yes, in the end.
Okay, so we can watch that.
I don't know if they show the picture, but they do show that those are coming.
Yeah. So so we have all of these non-Sega characters
so confirmed
coming, and they were rumored, they were leaked, and now they are official. Thoughts, guys?
I'm a little bit sad that it got leaked, because when I saw the trailer with like the 3 franchises that I've already heard were coming, it kind of it took the edge out of it. I would like my jaw would have been on the ground if this is how I saw it for the first time.
You don't need a license to drive a sandwich.
But yeah, I mean, it's amazing. I absolutely love how they go into, like, I love how far they are going for crossovers here. Like Sonic and Aang, Sonic and the Turtles, and SpongeBob. Like, it's like these are so known and so beloved, and now we're going to have them raised together. So I love that they go so far into other known franchises like that. I love it.
Forgot about that Sonic Prime pack as well.
Yeah,
right.
So now we have this picture. It has like the up-to-date version of the season pass. So Minecraft, SpongeBob, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, and Avatar. So now we need 2 more, like whatever packs or whatever they're calling them, additional characters and more. So there are stages, there are characters.
Absolutely
I was
amazing.
like slightly confused then. So that previous image that had the 10 slots, the 10 question marks, you're saying that they are going to be filled with
free
Sega specific characters?
I'm assuming, yes.
I think I was thinking that these characters that we're seeing here, like Minecraft and whatever, would fill those question marks. But
no, these are free updates.
And
so I'm assuming they don't have to be Sega. They don't say Sega. It's just free.
Right.
So there's free DLC. There's paid DLC. And I'm assuming the Sega characters will be free. The other like IPs, third-party IPs, are going to be paid. So maybe McLaren will be paid.
Yeah.
And Brad Pitt.
It's gonna be no Brad Pitt in the CrossWorlds racing game.
It's nice though. There could be like 10 other Sega properties which would really, take you back to the old school sort of thing.
Because the Sonic Prime characters are part of the digital deluxe bonus. So if you buy the digital deluxe version, you get the Sonic Prime characters, which are not included in the free updates or the paid DLC. This is very confusing.
It is very confusing.
And you get the Werehog as well as a digital deluxe pre-order bonus. Everyone's favorite Sonic form, the Werehog, is if you pay for the digital deluxe edition, you get this pre-order bonus and you unlock the game 72 hours earlier.
See, it's crazy that you've got to do all this stuff really these days. Like back in the day, that all these characters would just be unlockable, wouldn't they? But like sort of this generation has to be enticing with. I'm not even monthly, like because we're getting 12 whatever free characters, 13 free characters. They technically should just be in the game anyway, but they're doing it as a rollout to make it seem like, oh, there's content and you're getting a lot more for your money than you thought you were. But it's just mad that we have to do this stuff these days. And those graphics, they confused us in the past. Was it with Sonic X Shadow Generations, where there was all these, if you pre-order here, you get this, and there was like the crosses in the table. It was like confusing to what you were actually going to get.
Right.
Seems like that is the way to market a game these days. I don't know.
It's actually pretty easy. If you want to get the most content, you always have to get the digital deluxe edition. Thing. Yeah, and it's the most important, most expensive digital version. If you pre-order it, you get a pre-order bonus. You unlock the game earlier, and you get all the content. Right. So
even the packs.
I believe so. I believe it's probably included in that, because you can buy the base game and probably then you can buy the season pass separately. But I don't know if it actually is made more clear in their official website, which is available here. Oh, look, it's a fan. Lime has a fan.
Lime has a fan.
I don't know if there's anything here that okay, season pass. So in the website, oh, there we go. They pre-order the Sonic Racing CrossWorlds season pass to receive six content packs as each one releases, which include guest characters, vehicles, courses, emotes, yes, and more from some of your favorite pop culture franchises, including McLaren, I'm guessing. Maybe not. Where's the digital deluxe edition? I know where this is taking me to. Okay, it's taking me to
pricey.
the PlayStation Store. Yeah, so the digital deluxe edition includes the Sonic Prime character pack and season pass. Okay, so it's confirmed.
Value for money.
One might say that, or not.
So the thing is, it should be available for pre-order, right?
Yes, it is,
and it's gonna come to Switch too.
At some point, or Switch. I think it's coming to Switch
at some point.
Okay. I think it's coming to Switch. So Switch 1 and 2. It's not going
to come to Switch 2?
I don't think it's been announced. There's no.
Well, I mean, if it's coming to Switch, it's coming to Switch 2.
Yes, but what I mean is, there's no announcement of an enhanced edition for Switch 2.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
Yeah, because I went to the Nintendo store and I'm not finding it there.
It says coming soon. So if you go to the website and you can choose which platform you want to buy it on. So you have, like you can see here, PS5, PS4, Xbox Series, Xbox One, Steam, Epic, and Nintendo Switch. If you click Nintendo Switch, it says coming soon. It's not yet available to pre-order.
So that's why. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Obviously, Steam should be already available. Yes. Epic as well. Xbox.
I've already bought it on Steam, but then I was like, maybe I want it for Switch too. And then if I want it on PC, I can get it on a Steam sale, for example.
Because unlike other kart races, it's cross-play, so get it on wherever you want.
Yes,
we can all play.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah, that's what I figured.
It is. It is.
Like I don't see like it's getting on a equally big sale on the Nintendo store, for example. So like it would be if I would have it on both, then it would be smarter to buy it now on Switch 2, for example.
That's true. Yeah, I think so. Because the sale will be better on the Steam side.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
For sure. Yeah.
But so then I went to the Nintendo store and I was like, it's not here.
Yeah. One little bit of very bit of information that we haven't mentioned is the release date. That was announced September 25th, by the way. So that's new, at least for this month. Last time we talked about the game, we didn't know that. So now it's been announced for September 25th, which I think is an interesting date because people will be a little bit over Mario Kart World by then. So good. That was smart. And so September, it's a good time. I'll probably be on vacation at that time. So, and I'm planning on getting it on Switch to get it on the go. So that would be interesting. Another thing I wanted to mention, James, I think you shared this with us, that there's an interview with the development team of the game. It's like in Japanese or something. But at some point they mention that they used the initial development team to collab with them, and they brought their know-how in developing racing games to the fray, and they said, oh, we want this part to be like Outward, we want this part to be like Sega Rally, and they included this in the development of Sonic Racing. So that means we have some familiar elements from other Sega racing games. That's what I meant, which seems exciting.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how that will translate to the game, but maybe we'll get those sort of vibes, like classic arcade style gameplay. Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, Resident SD said one day it'll be free on the Epic Games Store.
Sounds epic.
I mean, thinking back to like Team Sonic Racing and the previous kart races, it was kind of the outrun drifting mechanic from, at least from Outrun 2, where you sort of slide into the turns and stuff. I felt like that type of gameplay.
Yeah.
From the first release, even so.
Same. And it was the same team, right?
Yeah.
Sumo Digital. So
Sumo Digital, yeah.
So it made sense. Okay, so a couple more things, not Sonic Racing CrossWorlds related, but Sonic related. So we're actually over the 2-hour mark for this episode. But wanted to mention that these are from today, actually. So remember, we've been talking about the DC and Sonic crossover for a while. Apart from the comics, apparently they will be releasing some action figures, some 5-inch action figures, which sound really cool. So this comes from Sonic Stadium. No, don't sound, they look really cool. We have Sonic as the Flash, right? Cool. Very articulated. We have Silver as Green Lantern, which also looks interesting. Amy as Wonder Woman. And we have Batman as Shadow. We have Darkseid, which is a power versus speed pack. So we have Darkseid, Shadow, Sonic, and Silver to battle them. And that's it. So these are the figures that look really cool. I have to say, I am feeling tempted by these. Just by the novelty of having Sonic characters dressed up as DC characters.
Yeah. The comics are supposed to be available now as well. I've not read them, but
yes.
A friend at work was saying that I think there's like a 5-part series.
Yeah,
I think all parts are available to grab right now. Apparently. I also added another link just there, Casey. If you want to click on that, Matt shared me this earlier, and my Funko Pop OCD.
Oh, I saw this as well, but I couldn't find any good link for this. Yeah, but feel free to talk about this.
Well, I mean, I try and collect every single Sonic Funko Pop, so it's not great for me because they've just released some other ones the other week that was they had Jet, Blaze, Mecha Sonic, all sorts of stuff that they're releasing, and then Matt also linked me the other day that they're doing a Buccaneer Shadow or something Funko Pop, which is mad. And then obviously we've got another 6 here, so I can't keep up. I like them, but I don't like them.
Yeah, it's too many, right?
Too many.
I haven't even like unbox this one. I bought Big some time ago. I'm trying.
Look how
I should
cute.
actually.
How cute it looks.
I should
Small that
actually
came
do
the other
this.
day.
Yeah.
The Bitty.
Oh,
arcade
I
Funko
saw that as
thing.
well. Let me. Yeah.
See, that's really cool. But
Yeah.
I kind of do wish they'd
Was
have
bigger.
a little breathe. Well, I don't mind the size of it. Something a little bit different. It's quite cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, just too many at once.
I need to find room for this. This is
The big one is big.
aptly called Big. Because it's
Yeah,
big. Yeah.
it's like the two contrasts there. I'm showing the tiniest Funko Pop imaginable, and then the biggest Funko Pop you can
I
buy.
got this some time ago, but I haven't even opened it because I need to find it to make
really cool.
some room here for this.
It's like a hefty guy. He's like a paperweight.
Yeah. I need to rearrange it. I'm going to do some rearranging here soon, so around the office, so I'll find room for that. I can't buy more stuff. It's too much stuff. Yeah, but
I shouldn't be buying more stuff because I've got to get it across the continent, so it's not good.
Yeah, and that's why I actually am really glad that we got the figures things, right? The figures,
right? Yeah,
because these are very small compared to all of these other things and they're really cool. So I got the Sonic and Shenmue packs, really cool. No chase ones.
No chasers. Did you get the full set or just those
Yeah,
two?
both full sets.
Come on.
Yeah, really
they
cool.
look amazing.
They're really cool, and they're the least expensive things that we've ever talked about here on the show, I think. So for people who want to collect something like this is it.
Funny you say that. Actually, First for Figures just teased a new statue that they're coming out as well. It's like the Sonic title screen logo looking thing.
Yeah,
The original Sonic.
Not getting
it's bad.
near that.
Yeah,
not getting near that. No. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. The last thing, another crossover. Last one is Magic the Gathering with Sonic. Magic the Gathering Secret Lair announces Sonic the Hedgehog collaboration. Again, shout out to Brian Shea from Game Informer, who exclusively broke the news here about this today. Yeah, and you have like Sonic character themed cards. I'm not really into this, but they look cool. I have no idea what any of this means. Are you guys into Magic the Gathering at all?
Nope.
No?
The artwork looks nice though.
Yeah. They have like obviously card games like this. The cards have different effects and stuff, but I'm not really into this sort of thing. This is one of those hobbies that also sucks up all of your money and time. So
I just see all these Sonic products and I'm just like thinking like, how are they like the treasure hunter Sonic guy, and is it Barry, that guy that had the Sonic Museum?
Yeah.
How are they feeling right now having to grab all this stuff?
Yeah. Hopefully someone will donate because they need to make a lot of money to be able to afford all of this. Yeah. But this is an interesting crossover for people who want more Sonic stuff. Yeah. So a lot of Sonic stuff, a lot of licensed Sega stuff these days, which I think is interesting because back in the day we didn't have. We had a lot growing up, but not as much as this, not to this extent. So this is crazy. Okay, and that's all for our news, I think. Anything else we need to add, guys? No, I don't think so. This was a lengthy show. I thought we could go through these rather briefly, but apparently we started talking.
I'm sorry.
No. It's all of us. We started talking, but it's okay. We have fun. That's the most important thing. So that's our news roundup for the month of June. If we missed anything, let us know in the comments, especially if you're listening in your podcast app. Let us know in the comments or in using the YouTube channel as well, the YouTube video. Let us know below if we missed anything or if you have any thoughts on any of the stuff that we mentioned during this show. Before we go, briefly, something that I wanted to briefly mention, which is the coming 3 or 4 weeks of the show, I'm going to be very busy with work. So what I did in a rare show of wisdom from me, I planned ahead and I started recording episodes, so I would have like a little buffer, and we'd have amazing for the next coming weeks. So coming up, the next 3 weeks of show will be interviews, which we don't have. We haven't had a lot of them this season, but we're gonna get a Shenmue fan, a big Shenmue fan, a big Dreamcast fan, and 2 major Sega fans as well. That's all I'm going to say. So tune in the next few weeks for that. And then we'll probably, 4 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, no, 4 weeks from now, we'll probably celebrate another milestone anniversary, and we'll do our news roundup for July in early August, very early August, which is going to be an exciting month because August is going to be Shinobi month. It's going to be House of the Dead 2 remake month, which is interesting. And we're going to probably talk about those games as well. But enough of that. Mr. James Brown, how can people find you?
They can find me predominantly on shenmuedojo.com. We're currently anticipating the 4th of July, like you say, which is the next Shenmue Day tweetathon. I think it's the 15th month now that we've been doing this for, where we're trying to sort of get to a viral sort of status in a row, trending, whatever it is, on Twitter, Blue Sky. So come join the fun on the 4th of next month. Other than that, we'll be doing a stream on that day. So yeah, just join in the fun. I guess there's not a great deal going on currently outside of that sort of Shinobi news. Yeah, that's about it. You know me by now, like SkillJim, Shenmue Dojo.
you know me by now.
You know me. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Sick of me, to be fair.
Yeah. Never. And July 4th, they're announcing Ryo Hazuki in Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. You heard it here first. Yeah, next week.
And Brad Pitt.
And Brad Pitt. No, that's July 5th.
There's gotta be no Brad Pitt.
Lime, how can people find you and say, no, there is definitely be Brad Pitt. There's definitely going to be Brad Pitt in Sonic Racing CrossWorlds.
Well, you know me by now.
The person who completed all 3 Shenmue games on stream in record time.
Record time. Well, I do stream, yes. So Lime Reversed on Twitch. I do have a YouTube stream on as well, but mostly it's just, for recording purposes, just to have like a library of it. So like chat is off, but like it is still like airing there. But mostly, primarily on Twitch, where you can chat with me live. And if you want to see messages about when I go live, follow me on Blue Sky. Then so Lime Reversed there too.
Okay. Yeah. Excellent. As for myself, me. You should know me by now. I'm always here. Follow the SEGA Lounge on socials, mainly Blue Sky. That's where I usually sometimes talk about stuff. I'm not really good with social media, but latest news about the show are always end up on our social channels. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, by the way. It's a really fun place to find the video versions of these shows, the video recordings, with all these extra bells and whistles, and all the beautiful faces of my guests and friends. So do check us out there. And also our 30 Seconds of Sega Education series, which I'm actually releasing less of those in like Past 2 weeks, I only released one, I think. But I'm working on more 30 seconds of Sega Education short videos. So do check out our YouTube channel for that. That said, thank you guys for joining me. Thank you everyone for listening or watching. Thank you, Radio Sega guys, Twitch, YouTube, and everyone who downloaded or streamed this podcast. The Sega Lounge returns next week. Bye-bye. Take care.